Hi, 6th graders. This is lesson 8.4, Volumes of Rectangular Prisms. This is actually the second video that you're going to watch over lesson 8.4, so I will make it quick. The first video taught you that to find the volume of a rectangular prism, you needed to multiply the length times the width times the height of a rectangular prism. While this is true, I'm going to simplify that a little bit more for you today, okay? Think about, you guys, when you multiply length times width of a rectangle, you're finding the area, right? So what you really can do when you're thinking about the volume of a rectangular prism is just think about multiplying the area of the base times the height. So you find the area of the base, multiply it by the height, and that is another way of thinking of this. The reason that I favor the formula volume equals area of the base times height is because that formula is going to work to find the volume of any figure. If you think of it in terms of length times width times height, that does create a little bit of a bad habit because it teaches kids to just multiply any three numbers they see. That's really not what you want to do. You don't want to just find three numbers and multiply them because that's not always correct. If you think about finding the area of the base and multiplying it by the height, that will work for any figure, whether it be a pyramid, a triangular pyramid, other figures when you get into 7th grade. So this is the formula I want you to focus on. So let's try an example using the formula volume equals area of the base times height. Looking at this rectangular prism, the base is obviously in the shape of a rectangle. To find the area of a rectangle, we multiply length times width. So we will multiply 7/8 times 1/2, and we get 7/16. So we have found the area of our base. Now we're going to multiply that by the height, which is 5/8. So 7/16 times 5/8. Can't do any cross canceling. So I multiply straight across and get 35 over 128. I cannot simplify that. So my answer is 35 over 128 cubic meters. Okay, so again, we're going to find the volume of this prism. We are going to do that by using the formula volume equals area of the base times height. So area of my base is a rectangle, and the dimensions of my base are 1 times 1 1/3. If I multiply 1 times 1 1/3, I'm going to get 1 1/3. So that's the area of my base. Now I'm going to multiply that by my height, which is 1/2. So 1 1/3 as an improper fraction would be 4/3 times 1/2 is 4/6, which reduces to 2/3. So my volume is 2/3 cubic feet. So I'm going to have you try one, and then you'll be ready to move on to your assignment. So I want you to find the volume of this prism using the formula volume equals area of the base times height. Go ahead and pause the video while you work this problem. When you're finished, press play. Alright, so I want to find the area of my base. To do that, I'm going to do 3/4 times 3/4. And I get 9/16. Now I'm ready to multiply the area of my base times the height. So 9/16 times 3/4 will give me 27 over 64. I cannot simplify that, and my label is cubic yards. My final answer is 27 over 64, or 27/64 cubic yards. Students, you are ready to go ahead and move on to your big ideas assignment. It is 8.4, number 2. It's pretty brief. As you show your work, I want you to make sure that you're showing your work in terms of the formula volume equals area of the base times height.